Hello, hello, hello. How
Morning,
is?
afternoon, whatever.
Yeah, but
Whatever time of day it is.
I didn't say good morning. I just said hello, hello.
I said morning.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but I
That
did.
that's your fault. Probably because you're blue dabba dee dabba die today. Nothing. Wow. All right. How's everybody doing? We are gonna do a little post WrestleMania GM mode. Um. Wow. Um. I went back and I cut some things out, put them on TikTok, and I was looking at your reactions on some things. By God. Um. By the way, I'm working to see if we can get stickers, and one of them was gonna be the by God Sonic guy.
Nice.
Anyway, um, my daughter was like, "Why do you want to get swag already?" I was like, "Cause I want to give shit out. It's cool
Right?
designs. I think I made some cool shit." Um, Shut up. Let me be happy. You already took that away from me 14 years ago. Um, is your dog being squirty? All right. Well, while she deals with the adolescent pup, um, we are a few days removed from WrestleMania. We are a day removed from the Monday Night Raw after Mania. Um, Really fun weekend, absolutely fun weekend. Unfortunately, Twitter doesn't say that for a lot of stuff, but that's again because of tribalism. We say it over and over again every time we talk about AEW, WWE. Some fans just don't want to have fun, and that's their prerogative. Um, we love having fun. We love watching it all. So just let them have fun.
This dog, I swear to God.
Um, the one thing I was trying to mention, I went back and I did some clips from us watching night two. There will not be any clips of us watching night one. Night one, we had a little party for just us and a couple of close people to us to watch WrestleMania night one. Um, we didn't record for that. We almost got to live stream on TikTok for that one. We are about 72 people away from being able to live on TikTok.
Stop it.
So
We've had
close.
500 people.
Yeah. So close. We were at like 960 something last I saw, or 940 something, excuse me, last I saw. So thank you to all those people. Because I'll go ahead and I'll probably post this as a little short on there too, just to kind of thank them for getting us up to that number. Because it was a push. Like we were less than 500 just a couple of weeks ago, and then
That's so
a
crazy.
drove of people popped in. Um, but anyway, when I went back to record to cut out the recordings for TikTok, I looked at your face when I said something, and I want to clarify because I think I said something and you didn't understand what I meant by that. So I said ice cream Christmas a lot.
Yes.
I used to listen to this other podcast, and it was from Maximum Fun. Um, Tights and Fights was the name of the podcast, and one of the people that were on there dubbed WrestleMania Ice Cream Christmas because it's
Okay.
everything you love in one thing. And so ever since I heard that, that's part of my lexicon.
Okay.
It's just ice cream Christmas. Um, because if I woke up on Christmas Day and there was a bowl full of ice cream sitting in front of me, all right, I'm good. Today's a good day. Um, but so anyway, 2 nights were great. We were talking a little bit before the stream started here. I think the only thing that I think could have been better is the brothers match. Just because something needed to be added to it. A regular match between these two didn't seem like
Maybe
enough.
it wasn't.
Maybe a street fight, strap match. Rikishi's thong on a pole. I don't know something.
Okay.
Anything.
I said Rikishi on a platform. The Rikishi's thought no.
No. Um, but the weekend, I've seen a lot of videos of like backstage stuff and like just the excitement backstage with some of the performers and people that like normally we wouldn't get to see interact with each other because of kayfabe, and they try not to do that. But
Right.
um, like
They
the
did not care that day.
no,
Look. Go ahead. I'll let you finish, then I'll say what I gotta
well, I
say.
was just gonna say, like, one of the ones I saw that I really loved is Bailey posted a picture of her getting the designs like glittered up in the back of her head, like
Yeah.
she does. And Rhea Ripley came up behind and was like, "Oh my God, look at that! Look at you!" That, like, just excited, and it's
Yeah.
like that was so great to see, just to see them like hamming it up, because like it's WrestleMania.
So obviously Vince was real against them doing this stuff. And I know he never said it, but I know he hated TikTok
Oh yeah.
because of them getting back there and having fun together,
Well, and
regardless of storyline, anything.
in getting the backstage stuff that he didn't want out there.
Yep.
Um, like, one thing, I don't know if you've seen the preview for it, but after WrestleMania was, or after Monday Night Raw was done, there was a commercial for a show that's coming up
Okay.
that's explaining this bloodline story and why they
Yes.
pivoted and how they pivoted. And
Yes.
I'm like, you are giving, like, you're going to give us full, like,
Yes.
here's what happened with everyone's account of what
Yes.
happened. I'm like, that is breaking kayfabe through the damn door.
But I'm good with it
No,
though,
no,
because it
yeah,
makes sense.
I'm good too. I just, like, it's one of those things, like, you can tell, they said over and over, it's a new era, it's the Paul Levesque era, like, and that shows right there, like, that put a nail in the Vince McMahon era. Um, and I think they're doing it the right way. I mean, they're not showing backstages of fights that happen between two performers, but that is what it is. I'm sorry, I shouldn't take that pot shot at AEW, but
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, I was dealing with a dumb dog.
I said, but they're doing it the right way. They're not, showing backstage fights between performers. Um,
Hold on. Hold on a second. Have you seen what Tony said about it? He has literally admitted this is just a ratings ploy.
yeah,
I ain't mad at him for it.
I'm not.
He owning what he's doing.
I'm not mad at it either. It's just not a good idea. Like,
Why? Punk talked about it all fucking week.
he talked about it in interviews, not on the show. Uh,
It's not on the show because they're not going to let him talk about it on the show.
I, I don't know. I'm just saying. I
I don't
look
have a
at I
problem
look
with
at
it.
it as in, I don't, and maybe here's the thing. I'm one of those types of people that I will completely admit when I'm wrong if I'm wrong. I don't see how anybody comes out looking good in this situation. All
All
you're
they're showing
doing,
apparently is the security footage, like security camera footage from Wembley. That's all they're showing.
okay,
They're showing what actually happened rather than just someone's version.
but other than getting people to watch the show because they're going to show the footage, who does this benefit?
Damn, if it bumps their ratings and gets people interested, I think they bring back Jack Perry with it. I think they use it to bring Jack Perry back.
I think they should too.
And
But
I think
if
they
they
bring
really want
back
to push
Jack
this
Perry.
narrative,
I think they bring back Jack Perry and they put him in the elite.
I don't disagree with that. I think all that's correct and all that's happening. However, I'm looking at this as a standpoint of, if they're going to push this narrative that we're going to show this footage because this big bad in another company is talking shit, that immediately puts a shine on the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, who are currently playing heels and just
But I
started
think to
doing
an
so.
extent, this plays to their heel too.
See, to me, it would flip them. As
No.
me as a fan, I would look at it and go, well, now I like these dudes because they're talking shit about this dude who's talking shit about their company. Now they're standing up for their company because old boy's over here running his mouth. But I digress. I like I said, I could be wrong, and I have no problem admitting that if I do end up being wrong by it. But I just don't see it being beneficial. But anyway,
If you're doing it for a ratings ploy and you're owning the fact that you're doing it for a ratings ploy, okay.
Um, Monday Night Raw went off really
Good
well.
show.
It was a good show. I was glad not to see after the fact a bunch of people on Twitter, like happened last year, complaining about how bad Raw was because of things that didn't happen that they thought were going to happen. Um, I feel like we're in a time frame where people need to stop fantasy booking what's going to happen after Mania.
I agree.
Um, there was next to no chance that MJF was going to show up, but a
I
lot.
did wonder. I
I
will
did
own the fact
wonder,
that I did wonder.
but like I wasn't walking into Monday night going, "There's going to be someone's debuting tonight.
No.
It's happening." No, just because it's the Raw after Mania doesn't mean there has to be this big surprise that happens. Sometimes it's just a fun night, and last night was. You had Awesome Truth out there talking about the guy you can't see that was going to be their partner for the night, and like they're
I
playing it
swear to
off
God,
like
I
he's
thought he
talking
was
about
talking
little
about little
Jimmy.
Jimmy. I thought he. I did. I thought he gonna get little Jimmy to wrestle.
Mm-hmm. And just it was fun. Um, you had Priest and Rhea come out there and do their piece. Um, the only thing I was a little weirded out by, which I get it because he's the bigger guy in the company. Um, Me personally, I would have started with Priest just for the fact that he's the champ on Raw.
No,
But
but see, that's just it. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna limit these anymore. With the draft coming up for the next 3 weeks, they're gonna have both. I think both of them are bouncing back and forth.
I don't know.
Or
I would
they
rather them.
draft.
I would rather them draw boundaries, but definitely put Cody over on Raw. He's the bigger star. He needs to be on the bigger show, or at least what's going to be the bigger show. Because right now SmackDown is pretty close to Raw as far as how big it is. But once you put Raw on Netflix, there's no looking back. Raw is going to be the A show.
Yeah,
They're going to put the money into it. They're going to make it look fantastic. Um, but that's just, to me that's just a little thing. It's a little thing of like he's the Raw champ. Maybe he should have been out there first. But then again, you wouldn't have gotten that big pop, and you wouldn't have had Rock out there. And they had the first hour was commercial free, and like half of it was that Rock Cody
yeah.
segment. Um, so it was a good call. It was just one of those like to me that kind of makes him look like the lesser champ. You're the champ on Raw, but you're gonna talk
I mean,
halfway through the show.
okay, but I don't think that's fair to an extent. Just because it's one of those things that with it being the night after Mania, I think that normal trend goes out the window.
Yeah.
I just feel like it goes out the window because it's the night after Mania. They're going to run everybody out there on Friday too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I'm good with that.
Cody will probably start it up, and we'll figure out what was in his hand.
That, or if I'm them, I open it with Priest, or I open it with Rhea, or they probably open with Bailey. I think they open with Bailey.
That would make sense because we didn't get really any Bailey last night.
We didn't.
Um, and congratulations to her.
Hell yes.
About time
Great
she got
match.
some flowers again, and her
Great
repping
match.
uh the kid that
Jada
she's
Stone.
yeah, she said that like I saw this person as a kid, and now they're wrestling, and it's crazy. Um,
Yeah.
she's been that with like that with a couple of people. Billy Starks recently posted that like she was a kid in the crowd, and she's got a picture of her hugging uh, Bailey back in NXT, and now she just won her first major championship. Um,
Yep.
Izzy, of
So when I
course.
first saw the picture, I thought it was Izzy.
I thought it was too.
And they're like, no, that's actually Billy Starks. I was like, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was Izzy.
Well, I mean,
Because I'm like that when I first saw it, I'm like, that's not Billy Starks, you fucking morons.
all,
But apparently it was confirmed it was Billy.
yeah,
She confirmed it was her.
yeah. All those little kids with the side ponytails and the Bailey shirts on, they all look the same. Uh, I mean, can you imagine coming up against like a whole like middle school and all the girls and all of them are dressed like that? And that's a nightmare. That's nightmare fuel right there.
Right.
Um, like The Shining, but with huggers. Um, come hug with us. Hmm?
No.
Um, speaking of horror shows, the first episode of this new season of Chucky is on tomorrow. But
I could not care any less about Chucky.
but Liv was on there.
I'm aware of that, and I absolutely love Liv Morgan and adore that woman, but I don't care about Chucky.
Speaking of loving Liv
Sh-
Morgan, though,
She fucked Rhea up,
that chair came out of nowhere.
right? I think that was the best part. Was you didn't see her. You just saw that chair come flying in
Yeah, cold
and
cocked the shit
smack
out of
Rhea in
her.
the head.
But really good. That means we're gonna do that story, and maybe I know the fans were clamoring for it, and they just talked about the last couple of days of how they're trying to listen to the fans and what they want. Maybe she's
Right.
the one that dethrones her. It makes sense
It does.
because she was the one that was supposed to do it before, and then she got injured, and they put that injury on
And then they
Rhea.
played up the she took X number of years of her uh career away, blah blah blah.
Yep. So
So
definitely a point that they can make and go towards that. So
I will say I was not as big of a fan of night one of Mania as I was night two.
yeah,
Um, just in general, I thought night two was a much better show overall.
yeah. Wasn't a,
But
wasn't a bad night. It's just if you compare the
no,
two,
no,
night two definitely
night one was not a bad night
definitely
at
was the
all.
best night.
God, Natalia is fine. Um, sorry, I turned on NXT and she just walked out. Good
Ah,
timing. She just looks amazing. I'm so impressed with her. Um, but it's just one of those things that first I understand why we opened with Becky and Rhea finding out how sick Becky was.
mm-hmm.
Like that sucks.
Did you get to watch any of the press conferences?
I haven't watched them. No.
Okay, so well, and this is where we can trade off information because you watched Stand and Deliver and I didn't. So,
Yes,
um,
which was a fire show.
so that
Fuck.
question got asked to Triple
Okay.
H of like why did we open the night with this? And he said, look, you got to look at it this way, and it was weird coming out of his mouth, and I'm not sure how to feel about his answer
Okay.
because he said, you all are asking me why I started the night with a women's match, where I'm looking at this as I opened my pay-per-view with a great match. It doesn't matter that it was a women's match. It doesn't matter that it was a men's match. That's where I'm booking in my head. These are performers. These are great performers. I'm not worried about if it's a man, woman, or what. I'm booking my show based on what I think the best match is for that spot.
Okay.
I like it, but like in the back of my head, and maybe it's just because I still have, Vince Whiplash. But I'm like, that sounds like a cop out of,
it does, but if he's just looking at it as if that's really how he's looking at it,
yeah,
and he may be, if he's looking at it as we have to have somebody open the show.
yeah.
Somebody has to jerk the curtain.
Which, if you don't know what that means, check out our TikToks.
Yeah, check out our TikToks. We can answer that question for you. Um, it's one of those things that, like Seth has said, like Dolph Ziggler we talked about, loved being in the opening match because he wanted to set that tone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, top this.
Yeah, try to be better than I
Um,
did.
yeah, do better than I did, and not a lot of people could. Um,
Still, not a lot of people can.
right. 20 years in, and my man is still fucking amazing. Um, but I don't see it as a bad thing. Like I said, knowing Becky was sick,
Mm-hmm.
makes me wonder if he went, okay, I have these two performers. It's going to be a hell of a match because it was a good match. It
Yeah.
wasn't great. It was obvious Becky was not 100%.
Yeah.
And she had strap. Like, I'm not mad at her for it.
No. No, if they would have trashed that match because of it, I'd been like, okay, I get it. She's sick. She can't perform. That makes sense. Um, if I was to make any changes as far as the booking, I would have put them on first match of the second night. Give Becky an extra night to try to rest and
Okay.
recoup,
So
and
I'm going to
then
play devil's advocate here.
okay,
Who do you open with?
I don't know. I'm already there.
Okay.
I would open with the Bloodline match, and then I would put Bailey and Io as the main event.
So you'd open night one with the tag match?
Mm-hmm. Because there was no big surprise, big reveal, and then you have the entire 2 nights to talk about how much Cody is screwed. To me, it
Okay.
just drags that story on a little longer, gives you a little more time to really play with it.
But does it drag it too long?
I don't think so.
Um, I see what you're saying. I don't disagree a ton. And then have Bailey EO main
It,
event night one.
yeah, and then you get those people that
Okay.
go, but you say that by she won the Rumble. She gets the main event. Like,
I personally think that whoever wins the Rumble, whichever women's title is picked, should be night one's main event. I will say,
unless that's night two.
right, which it's, I hate to say it right now, it's probably never going to be. It's going to take a lot to get there. If
Well,
we get
when Bailey still has the belt and Sasha comes back, it'll happen.
because they're going to tear the fucking house down. Bailey and Sasha will take. They'll be like, no, give us night one because night two is not going to keep up.
Night one will be
It's
better.
it's the takeover thing, like we talked about.
Mm-hmm. Follow us.
I, that Brooklyn takeover to me is still the best one ever.
Yeah, makes
The
sense.
best NXT pay per view, hands down, because that show was fire start to finish. We
Makes sense.
opened with Breeze and Jushin Liger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anyway, I will say one main event I think might, or one match that I think if the title's involved might be able to do a night two main event.
Mm-hmm.
It's when we get Bianca Jade
That could.
because that match is going to be
I,
fucking incredible.
well, and I think there's a handful of matches with Jade because we're throwing that new dynamic in it, right? You've got if we did a Rhea Jade, if we did a Charlotte Jade, if we did Bianca Jade, all three of those really have potential to go night two and call it good.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
especially with like so again with the press conference, um, they kind of asked the question of like how important is it to be, a woman of color in such a high predominant role in the WWE, and she mentioned like hey, I came here and the first person to call me was Bianca because she wanted to immediately lay out the olive branch and say, look, you and me, they're going to compare a lot.
Yep. And then we had
But
that Rumble spot, which was incredible.
yeah, but she was like, I want to make sure you understand that like what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. We don't have to play it that way. We don't have to worry about taking each other's spots. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. We're fine. Um, and I think with that itself as a seed, talking about Triple H's long term storytelling that he does,
Right.
that's perfect. That's a perfect seed right there. Turn one of them
Yeah.
heel, make that about the problem of like you're taking my space. Move on.
I think if you're going to do that, right now it's easier to turn Bianca heel.
Oh yeah.
Um, have her find something else to do with her. I personally think you run BFAB back down to NXT, let her get some reps in, and let her get in the ring. I
Mm-hmm.
know she can wrestle,
Yeah,
but we've talked about reps matter.
it does.
But have her take out BFAB, tell Lashley and the Profits, I'm running with you now. Don't
Mm.
give them a choice. Tell them. and let her
Ooh,
start doing all those heel
yeah,
things.
have her take her out.
Yeah.
Actually, so you
I-
could build that up as like BFAB costs them a couple of matches,
yeah.
and so then she comes in, takes her out, and it was all Montez's idea. And
Yep. And then uh yeah, then you set up Bianca Jade that way. We have to talk about the three women, the Naomi, Jade, Bianca against Damage Control.
yeah,
We got that whip spot again.
we did, and that crack was
Fuck.
amazing.
It's like a firecracker. It's like a gunshot when it goes off.
Yeah, it's insane. And you know, do I think they could put that sound effect in post production? I think they could. It'd be tough, but I mean,
I it's possible.
but either way,
I wondered if
that whip was like Indiana Jones worthy crack, just right across the shoulder. Um,
they had a picture of that. Sure.
um, but while you're
But
looking
they
at
don't.
that, um,
I wondered if she posted it and she didn't.
I kind of want to point out it's again one of those like I want to try to douse some of the flames that are out there. I've already seen some people complaining about like, well, Jade left this company and comes here and supposedly did all these reps and all this fixing, but she was the same character and wrestled about the same in the ring. Give it time. Right now they're building her as this monster that goes in there and dominates. We'll get the long match with her and then we'll be able to see what they worked on and if it's better. But don't blame her because they want her to do a 20-second squash match with Chelsea Green. What
True.
up? Miss
Morgan.
Morgan, how are you doing today?
We shouted it out last week, but I'm gonna shout it out again. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
It was Saturday. We got to celebrate with her and watch Mania. It was a
Yep.
good time.
Yep, yep. And just because while we're shouting out birthdays, someone else's birthday's coming up very soon, and you might not be here Thursday, so
Yeah.
throw that out there. Um, very
Morgan can
happy
take
early
my spot.
birthday to my best friend and my co-partner here.
Thank you. We can have Morgan take my spot.
I'm down. You won't know what we're doing, but sure.
No, she won it all, but whatever. She actually watched some of Mania on her own Sunday.
What? Well, I assume that's why she was talking about how Jade had her questioning things. Uh,
Now that was from Saturday.
oh, was that from Saturday?
That
Okay.
was Saturday.
Oh, that's
Because she
right.
was sitting
That's
on the
right.
couch next to me and she's like, I'm seriously questioning
That's right.
things right
Because that
now.
was the first night. I forgot that. I forgot Jade was on the first night for a minute. Um, good. We're slowly converting everybody, one
Right.
very
I
tall,
was
beautiful
happy
woman
for
at a
her.
time.
I was very happy about that.
Um, watch Bailey limp her way to victory. Bailey sold that so well.
Yes, she did.
There's a couple of times she had me concerned. But then she would do like the leg wrap spot around the turnbuckle. I'm like, okay, she's not going to do that if she's actually hurt.
The Raw ratings from last night,
How insane!
2.36 million viewers. They did a 0.83 in the 18 to 49 demo. And Rock and Cody segment drew over 3 million viewers. People that complain about this, how long these promos are and stuff, always end up looking stupid the next day.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: it's you don't like it, and I get it. I get you don't like it.
Right,
That's fine.
100%.
But
Don't like it, that's fine.
I saw a video. Someone had cobbled together like social media stars, not us. I mean, I don't know where our picture was. Um, but when Taker showed up, and like people losing their minds.
I lost my mind.
Yeah, and it's like you hear these people go like, well, all these old heads coming back, and it's an overbooked mess, and
It
but
was
people love it
look.
though.
We said from the word go, this needed to be an overbooked mess.
It's the only way it makes sense for Roman to lose.
Absolutely. And it was absolutely an overbooked mess.
Mhm.
And are we gonna play tonight, or are we just gonna talk? Because I'm good with either.
You know what? Well, we got 28 minutes.
Might as well just keep talking then.
Yeah, keep talking.
Um,
If we hit a dead spot, we'll pop on a couple of shows and call it good.
I mean, let's be honest. We have two nights of Mania, Stand and Deliver, Super Card of Honor, which was a fucking great show. And then I don't know how many indie shows mixed in there too.
Yeah,
This was a great weekend of wrestling, and the more of these we have, the better.
yeah,
It's like you've talked about. It's a buffet. You're not going to like everything on it, and that's okay.
yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to shit on what somebody else likes.
It's fine. You know, you may not like. I saw a video today of like when people were in PWG, and it was Trent, I think, and he would do a skit where it looks like he was opening a grenade and he put it in someone's pants and do an atomic drop, and the entire ring jumps like a grenade blew up. I
That's
know,
fucking awesome.
I know a lot of people would hate that. I find that fucking hilarious. Or Jushin Thunder Liger does the thumb up the butt thing. Have you seen that before?
I have not, and I'm kind of glad that I haven't. I
So
just found Morgan's finisher though.
it usually starts with one person doing it, and then the next person does it to the person who did it to the person. And then you end up with this
Oh
big
god,
train of it. And the idea is like the person with the thumb up the butt controls everybody in front of him.
that's
And so
hilarious.
then it gets to Jushin Liger at the end of it, and he does like a strut dance. And so then everybody's like strut dancing. Hilarious. Um, but I digress. Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
it,
I
it's a
just
buffet. You know, if you don't like the fish, the mac and cheese is over there. Don't
right.
bitch
If you don't
about
like
the
the
fish.
fish, steak is right here. There's some pork chops over here. The chicken is down the road.
Yep.
Um,
If you're a vegan,
like
you're probably screwed. The salad
if
bar's
you're
over there.
vegan, the salad bar is over here. Like it doesn't matter. There's literally something for everyone.
Um, but the good news is though is this weekend I think was a lot better than last year's. I remember last year there was a lot of negativity going on social media about what people didn't like and what people thought was too much and people thought didn't need to happen. This year the percentage of that seems to be a lot less. People seem to be
Oh
very
yeah,
into it, and I think it comes into and like one of the videos I clipped. I don't know if I've already posted that one or not. If not, it'll post it here in the next couple of days on TikTok. We were talking about how AEW people were shouting out WWE people. And I don't
yeah.
know if that's why. Maybe because AEW fans are like, oh well, crap. If Ricky Starks is going nuts because Cody won, maybe I need to not say anything bad about it. But Ricky Starks is up in the press box losing his damn mind
Oh, and I'm here for it.
because Cody won.
Dustin was there.
Yeah,
Uh, QT Marshall was there. Like these people are legitimately super close friends to Cody.
yeah,
I don't have a problem with him being there.
yeah.
Just like the flip side, Naomi had a title match. Sasha, Bailey, and Tamina showed up.
Yep.
Mercedes. Sorry, I'm still calling her
Hey,
Sasha.
I do the same
But
thing.
I was talking to Sasha too, so it was a twofer. Um,
Bloodsport with all the people in it,
yeah,
and for
Nia,
Shayna's match,
Braun,
like, yeah.
and somebody else was there.
Come to find out, there was more people there. A different camera angle showed like the entire Raw women's locker room was back there too.
Because they're there to support their teammate.
Yeah.
Like, let me find that picture because it was Nia, it was Braun, and who was the other? First of all, Nia looked amazing
Mm-hmm.
at the.
Hall of
Her
Fame.
birthday was the 7th. I didn't even realize that.
Were you gonna say at the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
Yeah, she did.
she looks so good.
I don't mean this in a negative way. I didn't even realize it was her. Someone had a picture of her throwing up the ones,
Yes.
and I'm like, who is that? And like, it took me a second to realize who that was.
Santos is sitting next to her like the fuck. She said, the funny thing is she tweeted that picture. She said, didn't know the camera was on me, but damn, my profile is fire emoji. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just in the correspondence between different people now. Natty
Yeah.
had posted a tweet that she wants to face Jordan at some point. Jordan Grace.
Give me all of that.
Love to see that match, first of all. Second of all,
Give me every
yeah,
bit of that.
throw it out there. What's the worst thing that
Like,
happens? The match doesn't happen is the worst thing.
yeah, I'm all for these people calling their shots ahead of time to get it to happen.
Yeah.
Like, call your fucking shot.
Well, and if we can get blood sport, right? There's no reason we can't get that to happen in regular groups.
Right.
There's a reason why some wrestlers have a day rate. Have Jordan come over on a day rate, face Natalia, have a damn good match.
Do it in NXT.
Yeah.
Have Natalia go over to TNA and do it.
There's no reason it can't be done.
Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker are. I hate this team and I love this team because they're so good together.
It's the opposite attract. It's perfect strangers. It's great. Um, I do love the spot of I saw the spot of Baron hesitantly getting to the top rope. That was awesome.
He did. And I have to give him credit. It was a good splash.
Yeah. But
So, um, we got announced the Women's North American Championship in NXT. I'm here for it because I feel like this is a test run for another women's title on the main shows.
absolutely.
I feel like this is absolutely a test run. Now, granted, I don't think it's completely fair because the women's division in NXT is loved by those fans. But if it gets us uh, another women's title on the main shows,
Mhm.
I am so here for it.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me concerned about it is that NXT is such a short show, and we're adding
Right.
another belt to it. Um, but who knows? Maybe that is the situation. That's what happened with the tag belts. Tag belts started down there, and then eventually they just kind of migrated to the
Yeah.
main roster. Maybe this will do the same thing. Is it'll hang out there. We'll build some prestige around the belt, and then slowly, whoever wins it gets drafted up to Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
Now it's a main title belt.
On NXT, they're talking. Charlie Dempsey was talking about Bloodsport,
Nice.
and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not do these things.
Well, and it's like we talked about the CM Punk, AEW situation. Let him talk about AEW on the show. Like, give him parameters. Don't go in there and dog the show. But like, there's no reason he can't talk about the fact that I went over there. You know,
Yeah.
I faced this. I faced that. I faced one of the baddest heels in the company. There's no reason to act like it never happened.
Well, and that's my thing is these other companies are there and pretending like they're not is just stupid.
Yeah, it's
We've talked about this. It's just
well, and back in the before times that we don't talk about, uh, when Cody first came back, they kind of played it that way. Of like Cody disappeared for 10 years. No, he
right,
didn't. He busted
right,
his ass on the indies and got his name out there, and then started a wrestling company with a couple of his friends.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Like, talk about
So
that, because to me that just makes your group look better. He
it
went out
and
there, did
it
all these great
doesn't
things, and now we have him here. Just makes it look better
it
that you
does
have him.
not hurt anything for this. I really haven't watched the Shannon Baszler GCW match. I need to go find that.
Shayna Baszler was on GCW.
Yeah, that's where she had her match with GCW.
I thought hers was on
Bloodsport?
Barnett's Bloodsport too.
No,
Was
well, it was on GCW's TV. It may have been Bloodsport,
oh,
but
okay.
GCW's logo was in the corner.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Oh
they
yeah, it
maybe
was.
they maybe they promoted the show this go round.
Yeah, maybe. But
Um,
yeah, I just like we had this match. So have this match. Like I want to wrestle Jordan. Cool, let's make it happen. Quietly handle the family's dirty secrets.
Hey,
Yeah, we
you know,
don't know.
it's okay. Um, but it just a great weekend.
Yeah, I
Can't say
agree.
enough about it.
No, it was a fantastic wrestling weekend, and you can give me more of this all the time.
Hmm.
Like, give me more of this. Like we talked about it Sunday. Like, oh, the pay-per-view in France.
Yes.
I'm here for this.
Hmm.
We are spoiled rotten.
We are. We have.
There's no reason to not move some of these shows overseas.
Yeah.
And we get a pay-per-view at like noon. You mean I don't have to stay until like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night? Are you serious?
Yeah. At that point, you can give me a 5 hour long pay per view because I'll just watch it in the early afternoon. But yeah, I just I don't see the complaints. Luckily enough, I haven't seen anybody really complain about it.
I
Um,
haven't either.
the thing I would like to see um is less of these like B name branded pay per views. Um, and have more of like bring a Survivor Series over there, bring a SummerSlam over there. Um, like we have Clash at the Castle, and that's the one that goes over to Scotland and everything. It's like give us an actual pay per view over there though, like a real
Well,
one.
but they're doing, I think it's Money in the Bank in France.
Right.
I think that's Money in the Bank.
I think you're right. I think it is. Um,
Now I have to look.
speaking of pay per views though, we're getting King and Queen of the Ring come back.
I'm so excited about that.
It's in Saudi, and yeah,
I'm not
but
excited about Blood Money, but
here's my issue with it being in Saudi. Aside from it being blood money, um, if you're having Queen of the Ring, that means we're gonna have a lot of women on that card,
uh-huh.
and we're not gonna get to see like amazing gears because they're gonna have
No,
to,
we're not.
yeah, they're gonna have to find some way to cover up.
Well, yes and no. Um, I was wrong. Money in the Bank is in Canada, which I'm fine with that too.
That's like French light. You're close.
Wow.
America's hat. It's okay.
Backlash is in France. I'm okay with that. It's May 4th. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So I'm good with this. It's a named pay-per-view. It's not one we made up. Yes, blame Canada.
Yep.
1000%. Anytime you get the chance, blame Canada.
Yep.
Um,
Someday they're gonna take
but
us over because we won't know they're here.
right. Now we'll see the moose coming. The one moose, but
I don't know. There's a coalition up here. They all smell like maple syrup. I don't know what's going on.
there's just four guys at the border in these hats on a moose. All four of them are on one moose.
Mm. They
And they're
have
talking about
guns,
an
but
invasion.
they have no bullets, and they keep saying sorry.
They have a sign that says, "I'm mildly unhappy." It's the biggest riot in Canada history.
He said camel toe, not moose knuckle. Uh, she
Oh, this
wasn't
has
calling you
deteriorated
out,
so
Morgan.
quickly. This has deteriorated so quickly. Um, but no, give me a Mania out of the US.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere else. Take it to the UK. Take it to Australia. I'm good with. We had the pay-per-view in Australia. Absolutely.
Yep. Um, give me a second.
Yeah. We can talk about your camel toe, Morgan, as long as you don't stub it on the table, if you know what I'm saying. Morgan, also, if you get a chance later tonight or something, you should go back and watch NXT. It's going to be a dang good show. I'm going to fight my dog tonight. Sorry, I just saw your comment. There are a lot of choices, um, but we can always answer that question if you want to know. But NXT is on Tuesdays, and there's always a lot of young talent that's really good.
All right. And we're back.
Morgan said she never knew what to watch. And I'm like, Tuesdays is always NXT, and it's always a good show.
Yeah. Here's the thing with wrestling being the buffet it depends on what you like. So like to me WrestleMania is a good litmus test. So like what was your favorite thing about WrestleMania? Because there's matches on there that were just pure wrestling matches. There were ones on there that was just pure entertainment. Um, if you liked it all, then every night is a good night to watch because literally it's every night.
Okay, so two things.
Mm.
Ivar looks normal and is in NXT challenging Obafemi.
What do you mean looks normal?
He's there in a vest and jeans and a t-shirt with like his hair braided. He looks like Hanson used to look when he wrestled in Ring of Honor. When he was part of War Machine.
Yeah, I mean, sure it's not Damo
No, it says
because I
Ivar, but yet no, he's not hairy enough to be Damo. Um,
think Damo shaved last I
Second
saw.
thing is Lady Frost has a new shirt that was designed by our girl Mel Coleman,
Mm.
and it is fucking amazing.
Have you seen the new Orange Punch design?
Yes,
Yeah, that one's really good too.
yes.
Um, I love Lady Frost. I that
She's so
whole
talented.
that whole gimmick is awesome.
And her abilities in a ring, it just her gymnastics abilities that she has turned into uh her what she does
Hmm.
is incredible.
Yeah,
It's just incredible.
absolutely. Um, Monday night we had two not call ups, but two matches with people from NXT. I feel a little bad for Shinsuke because that should have been a banger of a match, and it was just kind of a spotlight for Ilya. Um,
I can't get behind Ilya. I don't care. I watched the D'Angelo match and it was okay,
yeah,
but he doesn't do anything for me. I don't get a response. He doesn't give a response from me.
part of my issue with him is his character plays off like he's the big bad,
Yeah,
but he's like 4'5". I know that's an exaggeration. I'm just playing around, but he's a little dude. Like even standing next to Shinsuke, he's a little guy. So you can't tell me he's gonna go in there and like just completely bowl over Shinsuke
he's billed at 5'10".
with maybe 5-inch lifts in his boots. Uh,
Right, I was thinking that too. I'm like, there's no chance that dude is 5'10".
and maybe he is. Someday I'll see him face to face, and I'll look slightly down at him. I don't know, but um,
I He looks tiny.
he looks small. Um, the only times I've really gotten behind him is he had a series of matches with Gunther,
Those were amazing.
and that's because he played the little guy. He played the guy that was
Yes,
getting dominated by the big monster,
yes.
and so him coming back was the story. Um, yeah, that's when I could get behind him, but I can't see him being the big bad. Roxy also got a call up as well, which also furthered the story between Candace and Indy.
Indy.
So got that to move forward a little bit.
Tony D'Angelo is 6 foot. There's more than 2 inches between those two.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched NXT. I'll turn it on tomorrow when I work my half day, even though they don't know I'm only working a half day. Um, no fault of his fault. Yeah, I don't care.
Doing what I want to do.
Yep. Doing, because then I'm off Thursday and Friday already anyway. So
Yep. All right. Well, so as far as the show notes, the plan is currently that we are going to, I am going to, excuse me, go ahead and still stream on Thursday. I'll be doing the first episode of My Rise. Um, So we'll get that done and dusted and started. If you happen to be there, great. If not, then we'll plow on just fine.
I'm gonna say right now, don't plan on it based on what I've been told for Thursday. I told the boss she could plan whatever. I was
Mhm.
just along for the ride. I know we're going to the Oklahoma City Zoo. That's all I know.
I'm glad that's all you know. Um,
I'm sorry, what?
nothing. Uh,
Some bullshit about to happen in there. Oh my God. What's
um,
she doing?
I ain't saying a damn thing. The plan is she's going to be in your life the rest of your life. I ain't dealing with
That's
that.
fair. You ain't invoking that anger?
Mm-mm. Screw that. Plus, the fact that it drives you nuts a little bit, that I know a little bit of the plan is kind of fun. Uh, it'll make it even
Morgan, do
better
you know
when
shit too?
maybe. Oh, she says yes.
Fuck.
Yes. 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 No.
Now she's saying no. I'm calling bullshit. Y'all both assholes. I'm leaving.
But we both love you. Um, all right. Well, he, she's, theys, and gays, thank you once again for being part of the stream. If you want to see any of our past stuff, you can hit us up on the lovely links that are down here below us. If you haven't already, come join us on TikTok. We're so close to being at that live number, so close. Thank you to all the people who have joined with us and come along with us and a part of this. The fact that we're getting so much feedback on that side is really kind of cool. Um, okay.
God damn it.
I assume she means me.
She does.
Okay. Which is probably why I got a text message. But if you want to talk to us personally, if you check down in the YouTube or in the Twitter bio, it has both of our Twitters there, so you can reach us personally there. Um, all of our past stuff is also on YouTube. Back when we used to do podcast stuff, similar to what we're doing right now. It's kind of a little
Right?
bit of a throwback of what we used to do,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun. We should probably throw one of these in every once in a while, just us talking about wrestling when cool things happen, like happened this weekend.
There was a
Um,
lot happening this weekend.
Absolutely. So if you like that stuff, you like us just talking, yapping our gums, then right down there on YouTube is all of our old podcast stuff. Check out the Eric Bischoff episode. That one was always a good seller. People loved that one. Um, Getting heat. Uh,
We need to come up with some more of those because I feel like there's some stuff that I could dig into.
Absolutely. Anything that pops in your brain of something you want to rant
Um,
about, we will give you the platform to do so.
if we can pull it off, the 4th of May is the next pay-per-view. It's Backlash. It's in France, so it's at like noon on a Saturday. If we have enough people, you could conceivably we could both live stream because I have enough followers on TikTok myself.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Is like even if we couldn't get together on it, we could do a co-live stream and
Yeah,
call it a day. Be nice.
but
Plus,
we
I
could
think I can do the setup on here to do it.
really
So I could still do it from my computer and do the whole thing that way and control the whole thing.
nice.
So it would be kind of cool. Um, Thank you, Morgan. We appreciate it. Uh,
Yes,
love having
we
you here.
appreciate you.
If you have any other people that don't know wrestling that want to know wrestling, then bring them on. We could definitely educate some people, which is part of our TikTok. Pro wrestling for dummies. We do that. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
but appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you watching this back on VOD. Unfortunately, tonight, La Femme Nikita is preempted, mainly because I had to re-image my machine and I don't have all the scripting for it, so I'm not going to do that tonight. Uh, so, or we will start again on Thursday. Damn it. My favorite bit for this. Or by then, La Femme Nikita may be canceled. We may be doing silk stockings. I don't know. Uh,
I mean you could always just change it up.
yeah. Um,
Silk stockings, burn notice,
mhm.
covert affairs.
That almost sounds like something for a who better. Um, or a new segment that we talked about. I don't remember what name I came up for with that, but or
The 4 year way.
yeah, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we definitely need to work. I did. You're right. I walked into that bitch head first.
Hey, if it got her to smile a little bit though, which is the only reason I do, who better? Uh,
There's about 3 or 4 of those that just gets me every
it's
time.
just to pop you. That's all it's here for.
I
Uh,
know.
but thanks for joining us this episode. It was just a fun conversation about what's happened over this WrestleMania weekend, including Monday Night Raw. We will continue to our normal programming next week as far as GM mode. Sorry if anybody comes here and watches this on false pretense because it's still labeled with GM mode, but we will be back to it next week. Come and see me do the first episode of My Rise on Thursday. We will have some more TikToks of our reactions of our dumb faces reacting to WrestleMania, finishing out through this week. Next week we should be back to normal programming on TikTok as well. So appreciate your time, appreciate your effort, appreciate your love. As always, this is Kicking Out at Two. I'm Michael. With me as always, my best friend Tori, and we will
And
catch
our
you.
friend Morgan.
Oh, and our friend Morgan. We love her too. Uh, we will catch you on the next one. Bye.